Hi, it's Caitlin from Caitlin Swatches, and I'm here today with a new Wildflower Lacquer collection. So this is the Classics collection, and I love the inspiration behind these polishes. So Taylor says she spent a lot of time with her grandparents when she was growing up. She would drive around in her grandpa's old truck and listen to old music, and she loves old films. So she created polishes inspired by her favorite classic artists and actresses, and these polishes are just such beautiful tributes to each of them. And everybody who knows Wildflower Lacquer will be very happy to know that Slugbug is making a comeback. It is a 2.0 version, but it's basically identical to the original, and that was a super popular limited edition polish released in 2021, and Taylor has brought it back on pre-order. There's a limit of 2 per customer, and trust me when I say you're going to need this one in your collection. These polishes will be available for pre-order from April 18th through the 22nd. I will link the shop down in the description, as well as all the timing and specifics of when the pre-order opens. And you should be able to pre-order these as well from Harlow & Co. if you're in Canada, or anywhere that Harlow & Co. ships and you want to order from them. So I've talked enough, let's just get into the nail polish.
The first polish that I'm sharing with you is called Lucille, and if you couldn't already guess, it's inspired by Lucille Ball. So this one is a very pretty light shade. It is described as a dusty rose pink with pink to gold to green shifting shimmer and linear hollow. So this one built up really nicely for me in 2 coats. As you can see, it wasn't streaky at all. It covered really nicely, and I'm sure some people would like to take it up to 3, but I like the way it looked at 2. And as you can see, the shimmer is really strong, and the hollow is also really delicate. It's like perfectly balanced, I think. So I applied my top coat. Today I'm using the KB Shimmer Clearly on Top. It smooths everything out, and as you're going to see in a second, this one shifts just beautifully in all the different lighting situations. So take a look and enjoy. The second polish I'm sharing is called Billie, and this one is inspired by Billie Holiday, who I absolutely love, like one of the most incredible voices of all time. It's described as a smoky gray leaning lavender base with pink to gold to green shifting shimmer and scattered holographic flakes. So where Lucille had linear hollow, this one has scattered hollow flakes, and this one is much more of a gray polish. I also left this one at 2 coats. I really liked how it looked in just 2. I'm sure some people would prefer 3, but having shorter nails, I don't like to build up my polish too much unless I have to. So a very smooth formula, very good coverage, and it will be easy to remove. So this is it in 2 coats plus top coat, and this is maybe a bit of a better representation as to how that base will look in most lighting. And the next one we have is Aretha, which is obviously inspired by the queen herself, Aretha Franklin. This one is a yellow gold jelly base packed with copper to gold shifting crystal flakes. So this one has an amazing formula, just like all the other polishes, but for a jelly, I really like how this one applies. It's kind of like the koi polishes, but there's no hollow in it. So this is maybe like a distant cousin to those polishes. I left this one as well in 2 coats. It has a tiny bit of texture when it dries down from the flakes, but it's pretty minimal. It's more just a matter of you'd want top coat to bring out the shine, or apply a matte top coat to really get that matte effect, which this polish would look incredible matte. So here it is in 2 coats plus top coat, and here you can see how golden the yellow is. It's really quite beautiful. And here we have Audrey. Obviously, this one is inspired by Audrey Hepburn. And this one is described as a deep berry pink base packed with holographic flakes. So this is one of my favorite shades of berry pink. I absolutely love it. This is an incredibly formulated polish. I love everything about it. The hollow flakes are perfect. They do dry down with a bit of texture, so you want like a really good thick glossy top coat just to get a glassy smooth finish. But I really love how the flakes shine through the jelly base in this one. It's just beautiful. It gives me full opacity in 2 coats, but maybe you'll need 3. And here you can see how truly holographic and vibrant it is. It's just stunning. And here we have Marilyn, which maybe you would have guessed this was Marilyn before I even said it because of the red, but it's described as a tomato red base with subtle copper to gold to green shimmer and scattered hollow flakes. So this one is on the jelly side of the formulation, and it builds up really beautifully, as you might have guessed, in 2 coats. So I love this color red. It's really quite beautiful, and you're going to see it when I try to show off the shifts, but it's most accurate to this representation of red. So it really looks like it does right here. My other picture, I think it looks a bit more orange, but it's kind of tricky to capture, but it's pretty much a true tomato red, as the description states. So here it is in 2 coats plus top coat. The hollow is really beautiful, and you can catch some of the shimmer here. So it looks a bit more orange, but like I said, this isn't overly color accurate. Rely on my other videos. And here we have Judy. This one is of course inspired by Judy Garland, and this one is described as a deep maroon base with purple to pink to gold to green shifting shimmer and scattered hollow flakes. So just like all the other polishes, this has an amazing formula. It builds up beautifully. It's incredibly shifty. The hollow really sparkles and is very rainbowy. So I clearly only needed 2 coats for this, and I don't think anyone could possibly need more than 2 because it really is quite pigmented. It's really a beautiful formula, and I do recommend top coat because it dries down with a bit of a satiny finish. And as you can see, it's just such a rich and vibrant shade of purple. It's sort of like an amethyst overall when you're in direct lighting, but here you're going to see all of the different shifts, which are plentiful and beautiful. I'm a really big fan of this one. It's just so pretty. And I had to save my favorite from the classics for last because Patsy, inspired by Patsy Cline, is one of my favorite singers of all time. I love all of her music. I know all of her songs, and she's a true legend. So this one is described as a dark teal base with gold to green to blue shifting shimmer. But of course, it will overall look like an emerald green, even though it has that teal base. Just with the shimmer, it comes off more as an emerald green. It has a fantastic formula. It builds up to like full opacity in 2 coats. Again, I don't think you'd need more than 2. And I would recommend a glossy top coat because it does dry down with a satin finish. So this is it as I'm applying top coat, 2 coats plus the top coat, and you will see in a second all of the different shifts in this one. It's really beautiful and vibrant. Probably should wear this next year for St. Patrick's Day. It's just such a pretty green, and I love how it shifts to almost blue at certain angles. And this one is not part of the Classics collection, but it is the special returning shade for this month, and it is called Slug Bug 2.0. I think it's inspired by a photo of like a Volkswagen that was like custom painted, and that would be like the coolest car ever to drive. But anyway, the polish itself is described as a deep red base with subtle purple to magenta to orange multi-chrome shimmer, excuse me. And Taylor recommends using a good base coat because this will stain, and I would echo that as well. Definitely wear a good base coat, maybe 2 layers just to be safe. It's just so heavily pigmented, and clearly you can see why it's almost opaque in one coat, and it's just so deep and rich. It does dry down with that satiny finish, so you'd want a good glossy top coat to just bring out all of the shimmer and shifts in this one, because it truly is special. It makes your nails look like these shimmering jewels that are just so beautiful. So here it is in 2 coats plus top coat, and wait for the money shot when I show off the shifts, because this one will likely blow your mind.
It's really hard for me to pick favorites from this collection, but obviously I absolutely love Audrey. I think that polish is beautiful. It's such a beautiful berry shade. And of course, the formula is very similar to Painting the Roses Red, which is a very popular polish that was released in 2021 in the HHC shop by Wildflower Lacquer. So if you missed that, this isn't exactly the same, but it's so beautiful, you won't miss the difference. And I also really love Judy. I think that is a gorgeous shifty purple with like the richest shifts to like a dark burgundy. It's so stunning. I love that one as well. And I also really love Aretha. I think that yellow is beautiful. I really like the formula on this one. And I don't know, I kind of want to say I like all of them because I do like them all in their own way, but those are my top picks. Let me know in the comments what you think of this collection, if you're planning to pick anything up. And please like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And hopefully I will see you in my next one. Have a great day. Bye.